this phone, when I come back to my live streams, it does not let me resume it. It just loops on this particular phone. It's weird. So I won't be here that long. Happy June the 1st. Yes, my birthday is coming up on the 23rd. And a lot of changes are being made. I am about to move into my new place. And to be honest with you, what's crazy is that the internet stalkers literally they stay stalking, stay hating, stay lying, but I stay booked. Somehow I stay booked. And you know what? I don't want you guys to get confused about that. I don't want anybody to be confused about the fact that I stay booked has nothing to do with these internet stalkers. Because people on the internet try to pretend as though, having what do they call that, bad press or this kind of situation like keeps the buzz going. And it actually doesn't. It's actually a spiritual violation of spiritual law for these people to do what they do, which is why they stay sick and hiding from the camera, and I stay healthy and can cam up whenever I please. So, it's stupid for you to do that. Nobody takes you seriously spiritually. Nobody. Right? People know that I'm making the best, the absolute best of a stupid situation on the internet, which has been so dumb for years. That's just like the past few days. I have had so much to do, and the stalkers, they want to be a distraction. They're at the lower end of the cow's ass. It's ridiculous. And always have been. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why they're so interested in my finances, my business, and I believe that it is because they don't have any, or they would like to backbite off of me. Because at the end of the day, from the beginning, since December of 2015, people have always relied upon me for my spiritual services. And it's a source of jealousy for people. It always has been. And while they backbite, bottom feed, lie, they still can't get what I get, and they still can't do what I do. And it bothers them. And how does something like that bother you for 10 plus years? How? How do you continue doing that? How? As a person, how do you continue that? That's a mistake that you're making on your part. So what do you think, that you're going to change how I feel about moving into my new place? And then trying to pretend like I'm being evicted from renting from a landlord while stalking my family member. While stalking my family member, right? Showcasing documents of your stalking and harassment. Who'd have thought, did anybody foresee when I came back home to Kansas City that these people would still be stalking? They did the same thing when I was in Georgia. They did the same thing when I got home. Harassed a 70-year-old man, threatening my uncle. And you said you look better than me? In what context? In what way? Not in any way. What are you talking about? You're a buffoon, stalking people, literally. So at the end of the day, it does not matter. It doesn't. The point is that I will be moving soon, and you won't know where I'm living. You will not have that privilege. And the crazy part about it is that these people are delusional enough to think that their behavior is accepted, and it is not. You try to make up a sexual lie, still trying to make up sexual lies about me to try to justify your obsession, jealousy, and stalking. And all you do is fail. Just recently tried to make up sexual lies. Just recently just tried to stigmatize my daughters, even though my younger daughter is like literally a gazillion months pregnant, like she's literally getting ready to pop. My other daughter works every day. We all work over here and are very productive. And you, while you float about in your sewer of fucking racism, which racism is never justified no matter what it is that you have accomplished, racism is still stupid. While you think, oh, let me try to dump off my shit on black people. And this is sad. And knowing that you can't do that, knowing that you'll never be able to do that, it's really sad. It really is how far people will go because of their jealousy. Now, I'm moving into my new home. My uncle's moving into his new home soon. He's actually finally getting ready to settle down and get married at the ripe old age of 70. Do you think that anybody over here, do you think that you're going to reduce the joy of people's lives by doing what you're doing on the internet? No. We laugh at you. What else can we do? Maybe 6, 7, 8, maybe 8, 9 years ago, we may have felt sorry for your situation while we were looking at your mug shots of you being arrested for prostitution and stealing from a store while you call somebody broke. You rob somebody. Hold on. Your henchman robbed somebody at gunpoint. Poverty. You're at a convenience store stealing from the convenience store. Poverty. But yet we're supposed to somehow feel some type of way about ourselves because you posted it in social media projecting your fuck ups to other people. You want to bring up a document about this and that. Landlord problems from 2 years ago. I don't have a landlord problem now. You want to bring that up even though I have an airtight lawsuit against that landlord. You want to bring that up, yet you are a documented thief and prostitute. Really? 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 Have I ever been in such a poor financial situation that I have felt the need to go inside of a store and shoplift groceries? You were stealing food from a store. Yeah, it's all in your record. Do I feel the need to drop your documents? No. Have I ever stole something from a store because I was so broke that I couldn't afford to go and buy food? No. Have I ever prostituted or have been arrested for prostitution? No. But yet you think just because I'm black, like that's literally the mentality of these people. And it's ridiculous. It really is. Find something else better to do. It's stupid. You're a low life at the end of the day. You are. You are a low life that nobody trusts, especially since Tiffany got killed. People know that you were attempting to do black death magic for Tiffany. Tina. Tina was over there trying to do death magic for Tiffany. And Tiffany was murdered, decapitated, stabbed in her vagina. While you were trying to do her bidding, if I'm not mistaken, Tiffany wanted to see me. The curse was supposed to be a man dogging me out, beating me, and harming me. But then why did that ended up happening to her? Are we trying to gloss over that fact? Surely, if you're going to be doing dirty, baneful magic for someone like that, surely you would know how to protect them, wouldn't you, Tina? Wasn't you the one that was doing the witchcraft for Tiffany to have me killed or die? Right. Not to mention the fact that the only reason why Tiffany wanted me dead is because I didn't want to be friends with her anymore. Right. Right. Okay. Let's get that straight. You go to a practitioner, and Tina is a fraud. She is. She's a fraud. Okay. Tiffany was going to Tina to pay for spell work and curses. Is it a coincidence that Tiffany was going to her for her to do harm to people and ended up killed? I want y'all to let that sink in for a minute. Now, I don't have people come to me to do shit like that. I don't. Only way that you should be doing death magic on someone is if someone is a threat to your life, which is basically, this person will perish if they ever, that's what that is, right? Right. All of the death and the destruction that they are sending to me will be bestowed upon them, pretty much, right? So you're dumb enough, like Tiffany. Tiffany was dumb to go to Tina, who Tina told her, well, according to society and the Bible, and how the Latino and racist white communities feel about black people, technically, we can do death magic. We can light death and doom candles on this person. Um, and they'll just die, and so will their kids. And you don't ever have to worry about anything. Well, guess what? Tiffany was murdered. And are you gonna you care to explain that? You care to explain? What I mean, that's like backfiring like a motherfucker. Wow. Were you not trying to do death magic on me for Tiffany? Which none of it ever worked. But what it did was it did backfire. It did. People can get mad at me all the fuck they want about that. It's the truth. You shouldn't have been doing what you're doing. But see, you can't talk common sense and you can't really speak real knowledge to dumb people. This is a fact. There's literally videos posted on the internet of Tiffany threatening to blow me and my kids' heads off. Her actions, which is what's carrying forth with what's happening on the internet, these people, it's like they're trying to follow me around everywhere I go. You ever see, um, I think it's called Wrong Turn, where these people were literally trying to, it's one of the movies to where they went into these people's house because you're trying to invade my house, right? And the people ended up murking them. So you try to step into my terradome or my territory and do harm to me, and a harm will come to you. Period. End of story. I realize that society is obsessed with their helpless victims. No, I'm not. Nobody's over here is going to be hurt because of stupid ass dipshits. You will always fall. Always. Trust me on that. Okay. And does it freak me out? Am I, oh my God, these people mean to do harm to me? No, I don't give a fuck. I'm always up for the goddamn challenge to deal with your type of corruption. And I can promise you that there are several spirits that will keep me safe, keep my loved ones safe, keep my clients safe, keep my family safe. And they will take you out. My spirits will destroy you. Posting something in social media is not going to make a difference. They're not listening to you. All they know is that you have had an agenda against innocent people because of your thirst for validation, your thirst for friends, and then some of y'all had thirst for sex with a white woman. Because of your thirst, you have tried to do harm to my family, and now you know that harm will always come to you. And I'm willing to bet that something has happened just recently. Something bad has happened. Y'all not going to share that. You're not. You're not going to share what they're doing. They're warning you. They are warning you. Keep stalking and harassing innocent people that have never done anything to you. There is a difference. Okay? There is a difference. You decided that you were going to attack me for a narcissistic white woman who I said bye to. Literally, all I said was, hey, we can't be cool no more. And the bitch began to stalk me. Why do you think that that's winning from the beginning for you to make that decision? What do you think that this is? My dark spirits have been with me since I was born. They've always been there, always protecting me, protecting my folks. Why do you think that you're going to live to see another day? See, I'm not the type of person, I'm not a victim. You see what I'm saying? And people, if somebody was doing that to you, would you ever? Because I realize that there's a lot of people that would not be able to handle what I've dealt with. But would you ever allow corrupt people to kick you down and to bring you down? Because I can promise y'all that they do that shit all the time to people. Corrupt people. Trust me. Have you looked at the news? Have you looked at these videos on YouTube? Uh-huh. Especially black women. Black women are coming up dead in droves. Black women are being murdered. Black children are being murdered every day. Every day. Little children being murdered because of people like that. As far as I'm concerned, when I look at those people, it's like you find the source of evil and you destroy it. You will never, you will never, you will never. I know that you hate women, especially black women. I know that you hate children. I know that you hate love. You hate happiness. You hate goodness. You hate that. And so you try to attack people that are good. A person like me, somebody that you really don't know. I find that kind of evil, I'm going to destroy it. You have no chance in this world to survive whatsoever. You don't. Let me tell you what your survival rate is at the rate that you're going if you continue on your smear campaign. Your survival rate is 10%, hon. 10%. You will not survive. You will not. All of us over here are going to survive. All of us. Oh, I got everybody covered. You, every single day, you lucky. You lucky to still be breathing for after the things that you did. Hey, Stefan, you lucky to even still be breathing. This is a fact. And for you to be feeling comfortable with doing this evil shit you do out in the open is funny to me. But you will all fall down like the goddamn 10 Stooges. You will. So what we're doing is we are preparing the public. Because please believe that the next time a tragedy happens, and it will happen to y'all, we're preparing the public for the truth of the situation. The public can see how corrupt you are, so that way, when something happens to you, people are not shocked. Because people are not going to be shocked, okay? I'm sitting outside in the shade, Stefan. People won't be shocked. You bought it on yourself. You do evil to people. You do evil to me, and you won't survive. It's just the fact of the matter. Like, think about it. Think about it. You've put all kinds of shit out there. I mean, these people literally, like, oh my God, you tried to ruin my life. You didn't want me to be able to get a job. You've been doing all this stuff. You tried to come for my kids. You literally tried to ruin my reputation. You tried to make this false shit about me, this false identity. You tried to create a false identity. You tried to back it up with spell work and was rejected. You tried to do all of that. Guess what? Whose kids are going to end up homeless and in poverty? Whose children are going to get sick? Who's going to die? Who's going to suffer? Your dumb ass. Your dumb asses. They should be banned from YouTube for good. But you know what? I think that God lets them stay on here, Stefan, because God wants to make an example out of them. Trust and believe. Hey, I'm sitting over here sipping my coffee. I know for a fact. And people don't want to get involved with you because they know that you bring bad luck, death, and destruction. And you're mad at me. You know, now those people that would even consider being involved with you, they're very corrupt too. For anybody to sit back and watch you stalk an innocent family for over 10 years for Tiffany, and Tiffany wasn't nobody. She was just an evil person. She wasn't nobody special. For you to do that for 10 plus years, I think God wants to make an example out of you. And I believe that anybody that would come to you has to be corrupt on some fucking level. They got to be stupid and crazy on some fucking level. They do. They don't even want to fuck with you because they already know these people gonna get me killed. Why don't I be a little bit more sensible than that? Why not be a little bit more sensible than that? People gonna think twice. You don't go and get lost in the fucking sauce to the point where you think you badass, to where you just gonna It makes it worse that it's a white woman. Oh, this black bitch don't want to be friends with me no more. Ruin her life. Fuck her over. You think this shit is stressing me out? I think that was Tiffany's main tactic. Because I saw the text messages to Mike. Oh, stress her out, give her a heart attack or a stroke. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Yeah. And you can't just say a couple of Hail Marys and everything be okay. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. You belong to Satan. You belong to Satan. Your soul belongs to Satan. Already. Okay? Out the gates. And you will be punished. And you're gonna continue to be punished. Okay? Mm-hmm. Jamila don't make death deals with devils. I'm very meticulous about how I move. Y'all messy and desperate. Perhaps you should not have made a deal with the devil. You did that. You made a deal with Tip O'Neill to stalk me, didn't you? Uh-huh. And look at what's happening. Look at how unhappy you are while you have to come and post in social media pretending to be happy, but we know that you're not because you still on the fucking attack doing the same goofy ass shit you've been doing for years. Oh, did you think that you were going to be able to kill me? I've already told all of them that if you continue with this death ritual that you're going to die one by one. What the fuck is that supposed to be shocking to the fucking public? Is that supposed to be somehow unfair? Here I am, a sensible person. Then they said, well, you know what? We got to make up something. We got to make up some lies. So then you try to tell the public that I molested Tiffany, that that I practice incest, and that I'm involved in sex trafficking and prostitution. When your record speaks for itself, and I've never been involved with that. Literally, a lot of people remember me. I would never involve myself in that kind of lifestyle. But then you want people to think, oh, well, you're practicing witchcraft, so you're bad. No, 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 no. Oh, are those rules only for black people? Black people do that shit too. Oh, she's reading the tarot and this, and that. So everything that black people do is just bad and terrible. We're just horrible, bad, terrible people. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You are marked for death, and there is nothing you can fucking do about it. Doesn't matter if you're young or old. It doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter if you're white or black. Doesn't matter. You tried to facilitate a death plot on me, and you tried to spell work on it. You even tried to use ancient Native American practices while you try to stomp on the faces of Native Americans. You had a plot, you have a plot still against a person that is 30 to 40% Native American or more, while burning sage. Everybody tip your glasses up for the stupidest, dumbest people on the fucking planet. Now you mad because my spirits is stomping all over your body. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You gonna continue? Okay, go ahead. Funny how you're a helpless victim that somehow was a victim of Jamila, which we all know that's bullshit. Funny how God saw fit to do what happened, to let what happened happen to her. Why did that happen to Tiffany? Why did that happen to Tiffany? First of all, Tiffany betrayed somebody, the one only person, literally, I was probably the only fucking person that was really looking out for Tiffany all those years. And because I decided that, hey, it's time for me to unfriend you because, girl, I see where you going and I'm not going there with you. Everybody has the right to do that, right? So then she comes to you all, allows y'all to lie, takes it to her fucking grave that I supposedly molested her. And then you claim that you got a confession while you try to spin something, put it in the spin cycle when that's not a confession. I ain't never touched that girl at no young age. That's a lie. Wasn't even around her. Didn't even, nobody even thinks about that. I'm not even a lesbo like that. I ain't into women like that to where I'm in my goddamn teens and I'm molesting. I ain't no damn child molester. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. She took that shit to her grave. I would have evidence from the horse's mouth that she had sex with Aaron's underage cousin, but they flagged, and see, that was why they was flagging my Facebook. My old Facebook, I had a Facebook where Tiffany was in communication with me, speaking to me about that. I don't need the proof. Everybody already know the truth. I don't have to prove shit. I've already said, I've already given my prophecy. What are you going to do? You're going to fight that? You can't fight it. You're a liar and you've been committing fraud. And you didn't even falsely accuse me. You just made it up to attempt to ruin my reputation in my life and my kids. Can you imagine the implications? This one of the reasons why Tina is probably going to be next. Can you imagine the implications of how it could potentially ruin my children's lives if these people are trying to stigmatize me and allowing me in that way? Can you imagine how that could potentially destroy even my children's lives for generations? No, God ain't gonna let it happen. Okay? So I've already told you, because of what you did, you're going to die. You're going to have problems in life. You're going to be fucked up. And now you what? You continue. You continue. You were a threat to my life based upon a lie that you made up. And why do you think that lies and deception are going to protect you? It's not. It's not. Why? Because I know who to go to. Yeah. That's fucked up that innocent people die or get killed because of people like you every single day. Corrupt ass people. You don't stand a fucking chance with me. You don't. And what I would fucking suggest that you do is come clean. Otherwise, every single second of the fucking day, it doesn't matter. You can pray. You can have your fucking rosary beads. You can go pray to Santa Muerta. You can go and do whatever you do. You can say Hail Mary, Jesus, baby Jesus in the baby manger. It's not going to matter. You are not going to do harm to innocent fucking people. You're not. And what I would fucking suggest that you do, might be too late for you though. What y'all think? I think it's too late for them. I think they're going to take it to their grave just like Tiffany did. That's exactly where you headed to, is your grave. And I can imagine that, goddamn, when you wake up and you realize, well, fuck, I didn't even have to do this. Why did I do this? Why would I do this to myself? You shouldn't have done it. But that's the thing about corrupt people that are criminally minded. They don't think. You're not thinking. You're not. Yeah. AAA Hayward said I can't come in the building for no reason at all. I never did nothing to them. Never said shit, but today I was discriminated against because I'm black. What? You were what? AAA, that's an insurance company, isn't it? Is AAA an insurance company? That's interesting. What state are you in, if you don't mind sharing? Yeah, this shit is crazy. You shouldn't have did what you did. Now, I stay booked. I gotta go. I don't have time for this. In luau of all of this bullshit, it's like I said, my clients come in out of necessity, right? Because we're all unfortunately dealing with corrupt people like yourselves. For some reason, bad people like yourself are harassing. Oh yeah, it's real. And you know what? You know what irritates me? You know what? It's location. Trina Monique Hearing. You need to get out of California. I've noticed that a lot of my adversaries, not all of them, but a lot of my adversaries live in states like California, Georgia, Alabama, where racism is at its heaviest, okay? And so it's your location. It's a lot. For some reason it's a lot of racism. Stevan, that's what's wrong with that girl Talia. Why do these black people want to? I'm not talking about you, Trina, but why do y'all think that y'all can live in these states, especially right now with all this corruption going on, and instead of you doing what you got to do, you attack me, right? Not you, but I'm talking about my adversaries that come on here, live in some of the worst places. That's a hot pot for racism. Is California. It's probably one of the most racist states in America is California. You catching it from Mexicans, Latinos, and whites over there. That's sad. That's sad. And you know what? You have to have spiritual protection to deal with racism. But see, racism, people try to use it as a source of power, but it's actually less than zero. It is. It's one of the dumbest things in the world. The people that are stalking me, they go based upon the premise of racism. And you see what's happening to them. Cause I personally don't, I have zero tolerance for it. When you realize as a black person that you don't have to tolerate that crap. Okay. So, there's various spirits that will protect you from that. Because that's crazy. That's messed up. There's so many that that we're dealing with this. And you know what? A lot of your black people, they so scared and weak that they would go along with the get along. As we go along, I can promise you that in the next few years, black people are going to be suffering from racism and discrimination when they could have very well changed it over instead of allowing it. The problem is that black people are too tolerant of racism and being discriminated against. Okay, well, you can hold on. I know. I hear you on that. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Yeah. She is a biggest gang stalker, attack child online and calling your uncle she unstable and evil. Full follow Tina and the monkey gang stalker family. Yeah, and you know what? They don't have no real spiritual power because if you actually had spiritual power, you wouldn't have to call people. Actually, the reason why they keep calling is because they're being attacked. They're under spiritual attack by me. Well, perhaps you should tell the truth, but they don't have it in them because they have built their false personifications. I know that's right. Amen Ra. Yes. Yes. I know that's right. But you know what? A lot of the times when you just when as a witch I can tell you this, that a lot of the times when you just pray and you don't put in the work, a lot of times it's just a fleeting thought. It is. So make sure that uh if you work with Ra, you need to set up an altar for Ra. Because a lot of these people, they can't stand your altars because and it's a lot of black people in on that shit too. Your own people that are down with that because they scared and they weak. They are. And they will go along with that and they don't even have to. So make sure that you have an altar to Ra, but then also make sure that you put that work in. You know what I'm saying? To secure that. You want to be secure in that, okay? Um Back to what I was saying about these people though. It, you know, People that are doing things like that, they don't find out until the bitter end. They don't have it in them to just be honest because they know that people are going to look at them sideways. Well, they already don't have a business. They already failed at their businesses that they were trying to build on my back and my family's back. So you might as well at the very least purify your soul, which is telling the truth. You've already failed at your mission, at what you were trying to do. Everybody knows that I'm fair. I am fair. I am justice. I don't do that stuff, okay? I don't discriminate against people. I don't have one drop of hate in my heart for anybody, with an exception of you people. I despise those gang stalkers. Absolutely despise you. But I don't carry it in my heart. See what I'm saying? So I don't have no hate in my heart for nobody. I don't hate nobody. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Yeah, no way I would want to be paying taxes in a state where I'm going through racism, because there should be some kind of local authorities that's keeping an eye on that, and while people are being distracted talking about people's we got black men out here who are completely worthless. Many of the ones that do speak out against racism, they always blend sexism in there with it, so they ain't no damn good. A lot of these black men are out here that are like Mike, that are pushing the racist regime against black women, and they are distracting, they are deflecting, and they are attacking. When in reality, people need to wake up and fucking smell the coffee and pay attention to what these people are doing and what's going on. Straight up and down. You need to pay attention. You can't buy soda water. Let me see this. I can't see the. Okay, but everybody that go against me, be ready for my daddy. Tap, tap on your ass. Because I told God on YouTube, why are you talking shit over here? Who's talking shit? But if you fuck with Trina, is going down. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. All I know is that I stand in righteousness because, as far as what I was saying about these people, my heart is free as a bird. You know what I'm saying? There has been no wrongdoing on my part. And the fact that they continue to try to make up sex crimes about me. Y'all notice how they've been making up that lie about Tiffany for years, and now they're trying to claim that I'm sex trafficking my daughters. See how outrageous that is? Just make it up. Just make it up. That's basically what they're doing. While putting up photographs as some kind of proof, I must be sex trafficking my daughters because my daughters choose to be sexy on their social media. That's their choices. If they're grown. My kids are grown. What the fuck does that have to do with sex trafficking? Why does it always have to deal with prostitution, drugs, and sex trafficking? Because the people that are doing it, because Tina's a drug addict, Tina's a prostitute, Tina is involved with sex trafficking. That's a fact. And the fact that you are involved with that, but yet you're on YouTube, apparently you don't make enough money doing what you're doing. So you're a broke prostitute and madam. Now you want to come to YouTube and try to hustle the spiritual community. Well, I'm telling the spiritual community that you've been getting people killed, pretty much. Tiffany is dead because of you people. And I'm sorry, I'm not sorry for saying this. She was not some strong, nice white woman. She was not. Tiffany was weak and weak-minded. Okay? She was weak and weak-minded and believed in people when Tiffany should have, and she was on drugs, so Tiffany should have went in another direction. She went down her own path of destruction because what she should have did was got into some kind of rehab. Instead, what she did was she got with people that enabled her behavior. And I'm not, what the hell you think I'm going to let, you think that my spirit's going to let that shit me and mine? My daughters ain't on drugs. My daughters ain't in that lifestyle. Nobody over here is. Right. Yeah, that's something new that they're making up. It's ridiculous. And they're trying to make it seem like it's about Mike stalking me. No, it's not. No, it's not. Please stop saying that. I really wish that people would stop saying that and tell the truth, but they can't. They can't. So, at the end of the day, I don't choose to. That's just like I was saying. They want to sit up here and try to play this little game where I'm not supposed to talk about it in my social media. I'll talk about it whenever I want. I'll talk about it in a court of law. I will talk about it when I'm filing my complaints against these people. It constitutes as fraud what they're doing. And the reason why they're doing it is why? It's because they're trying to fluff up themselves and trying to fluff up their businesses that they don't actually have. I'm going to make sure that I keep the word out of the truth on them. You know, that's a fact. Ain't nobody going to be sitting there thinking that I'm like that. 0%. No. Well, my daughter just left for work. And no, I'm not going to tell you where my daughter worked. They fish for information. So they accuse you of something that's a lie so that you can tell them where you work. Do you think that we're stupid? We're not going to tell you our information. And see, Mike is going to be particularly in a lot of big trouble because the only person that knew where we were was Mike. And he just basically guessed. He guessed because I made a mistake of thinking that, before we came back home, because he was asking me, he was like, well, where are you going to live over there? Well, trying to pretend like he was a good person. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I'm more than likely, I'm going to go to my grandmother's old house. I'm going to go. And then I'm like, because of course I didn't have enough money to, get my own place when I first got here, but I still came home. I still knew that I would be safer here because Georgia is not a place that any black person should be living. I'm just telling y'all. Let me get my ass up off of here. I stay booked and I'm booking new people. So if you guys want to book a reading, you absolutely can. The thing of it is that they've got people over there that have threatened and lied. It's all a fraud. You can't interject or interfere with the work that I do for my clients. You cannot. Okay? In fact, what they do is they coat ride other people's shit because more than likely, and see, this is the reason why many people need to quit worrying me with this shit. Y'all realize that when these witches put hexes and curses on you, they put up all kind of wards and shit to where when you go to somebody for help for the fucking situation, they're already being attacked. So if somebody decides because of their sick, twisted mindset or their head, because we already know that a lot of people don't operate or think with a full deck. Every single person that comes to my business, I am dealing with very well. I am dealing with another witch or coven or group or warlock. It could be voodoo, hoodoo, Haitian magic, Santeria. I am dealing with that witch that hexed you. So I don't have time for this shit. And when y'all come to somebody like me, I deserve to get paid for the shit. Nothing's free and it ain't goddamn cheap. I am not about to sit up here and deal with shit like that because what they do is they hex you and they put in there whoever helps this person is blase, blase, blah, blah, blue. Now, obviously, can't nobody, it's protection around me and mine. That shit ain't just gonna hit like that but it is something that I have to deal with out the gates. And it doesn't matter, even if you come to me and you say, Jamila, I need fertility work or womb cleansing and healing. I'm still dealing with either a witch or a warlock or some kind of group that has hexed you. If your fertility is blocked, more and you come to a witch for help, more than likely, and this is something that I look at when I first start the work for you, because every time it don't have nothing to do with a hex or a curse. But 9 times out of 10, it does. So I don't have time for this shit. I have client work right now active that I am dealing with. I don't have time for fucking fraud ass wannabes and backbiters. The one thing I can promise you is that we already got our work set up to deal with these frauds in social media. But when I take you on as a goddamn client, I have to pay attention to other people. Do y'all understand me? So I'm never distracted from that. So like basically, what the fuck? You think I'm gonna take on a client and then all of a sudden I'm focusing on these fucking retards in the black sector? Get the fuck out of here. I have to focus on these people act like they the only goddamn people on the earth. I have to focus on the people that are fucking attacking you. And that's exactly what the fuck I do. That's exactly what I do. End of story. It's ridiculous. Y'all better start recognizing these goddamn frauds in social media and quit worrying me with this stupid shit. Here I am taking on your fucking shit and you focus on people in fucking social media. Even if you do find out about me through word of mouth through that sector, don't fucking focus on that fucking sector. You have enemies and adversaries that are outside of that goddamn sector. So we don't have time to focus on that shit. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whenever you get through. When my clients come, I'm not a retard like those people. That's why their businesses failed. They're stupid and crazy. Literally, especially Tina. Tina would tell her clients that their cases got messed up because of Jamila. This is literally what that bitch was doing. That's why she's a failure and a fraud. She would tell people that came to her for spiritual work that it was Jamila was, and they like, the fuck is this bitch talking about? I don't even know Jamila. In the meantime, those particular people were getting towed the fuck up from the flow up because Tina wasn't just trying to hex people. Tina called herself trying to cleanse and heal people. Girl, that's a joke. That's a joke. That's a fucking joke. Girl, I can imagine that you sit down in a brown spot just develops where you sit. I can imagine that everything you touch turns into shit. You can't cleanse nobody, not even yourself. Look at your behavior. So yeah, that's the reason why Tina's business failed years ago. If you're a client of Tina, step forward. Go live with her. Well, you know what? Fuck that. We don't believe nothing that y'all say because y'all willing to put out fake testimonials to fool people. But we all know the truth. Anytime you're telling people, I've had people contact my business saying crazy shit to me because they came from Tina, those unfortunate people. Then you go to people like that, and all of a sudden you don't believe in it. And so, damn, you don't believe in it. So now you can't reap the good benefits because there's far more benefits. People like Tina and Spirit Tree and all of them, they're the ones that makes it dark and fucking sinister because they are emotionally damaged. And they've been trying to use the monkey to emotionally damage me. And the shit ain't gonna never fucking work. It's ridiculous. It's stupid as fucking hell. Cannot believe how dumb people can be. So now all of a sudden, every time something bad happened in their life, they focused on Jamila. I was saying this the other day, how these people, even if it was 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, back in 2015 or even 2012, when you was out here fucking trying to assist people, you didn't know what the fuck you was doing. You didn't have the grace. You wasn't vetted. You did not have nothing. There is no such thing as a fucking, oh, let's do a prayer candle. Bitch, you got to go to work and you got to know what the fuck to do to get there. And none of them know. So that's why they always crying to Jamila and shit. Like I'm supposed to sit up here and just take all they shit. Get out of my fucking face with that shit. Get the hell out of my face. You weak ass, dumb fucking wannabe fake fraud ass fucking so-called wannabe witches. Then the next thing you know, they reading Leviticus where they trying to fucking scapegoat on some fucking body. And that shit don't work either. What the fuck? So to those of you that have been coming in here asking me these questions, y'all need to be scheduling appointments. Also, another thing, very important, if you did hear about me from that black sector and you were watching and you're a viewer of that black sector, you have to disclose that to me. You have to. You have to. You yourself have to exclude. You have to tell me that shit. You have to disclose that to me. Because all of them little trickster spirits that's dragging them people, that black sector, all of them that's dragging them, all of that trickster energy, it hides from me because it's scared of me. So you yourself have to fucking tell me if you have any involvement with them. Okay? Even though I prefer for you to be honest with you, I don't want clients that are coming from that space, but I'm willing to accept you. Ain't nothing cheap over here. Again, ain't nothing cheap. Otherwise, you can take your ass over there to them childish ass idiots who are literally trying to stalk somebody from behind a fucking computer and doing all kind of stupid childish ass shit. Because I don't want to be bothered with none of it. Otherwise, you guys know where I'm at. I'm not going to give any more information about where I'm moving into, but obviously, you know, when you move a spiritual business, when you move it, any active client work is it continues. It doesn't stop the work. It doesn't stop it, right? And there's no fucking curse. There's no fucking, oh, you go to this place and it's a pentagram and it's a pentacle and that's cursing that's bullshit. Quit listening to this stupid ass shit that y'all be watching on here. Those are scary stories. I watch them my damn self. I be seeing it all the time on YouTube. These people, they moved into a house and there was a pentacle carved into the floor in the basement, and there was all sorts of disturbances. Y'all believe everything y'all hear. Y'all let that shit get spooky to y'all. Y'all don't even fully have an understanding of why witches use a pentacle. It's ridiculous how they got y'all scared of, and y'all will literally, I swear to fucking God, it's fucking ridiculous. It really is. It's fucking they got y'all scared of everything that can fucking help you and heal you. It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. It really is. And I've gotten sick of this shit. Unfortunately, people have went to Tina. Unfortunately, they have went to Spiritually. Unfortunately, they have went to those people. And literally, how the fuck you gonna go to a practitioner that's stalking a person and obsessed with another fucking person? Do you think that that person is gonna have enough good sense to actually take your money and fucking get the supplies that are necessary to fucking deal with your case? They're not. They're not. What they're going to do is take your money. What Tina has done and what we've recognized that all of them do is instead they will go and buy some limited spiritual supplies after they've bought their drugs, and they will go and buy spiritual supplies to try to attack me. So they're not even working your fucking cases. They send the same photograph to the same people over and over again. They steal photographs from the fucking internet from other practitioners. That's the reason why when it comes to my clients, if especially if we communicate by messenger, y'all can see the work that I'm doing for y'all live. Y'all can see my altars. I got 10 pounds of labradorite sitting right here with my crystal balls on top of them, with all kinds of stuff. You can see it live on camera. The fuck? Those people are frauds. Frauds. Then they want to sit up here. Of course, my uncle got upset. They were contacting my uncle, trying to send him. They were sending my uncle nude photographs of his fucking niece. Go ask him about that. Is that witchcraft? That's witchcraft. Sending my nudes to my fucking uncle and my fucking children. They sent videos and sex tapes to my fucking children years ago. Is that witchcraft? Is that authentic? That's what they doing. Nobody in my family wants to see each other fucking naked or having sex. And Michael Moore sent sex tapes to my uncle. Wake the fuck up. So of course my uncle was upset. Of course. That's very upsetting. You think that my uncle, who has never seen not one part of my nude body, wants to see nudes of his fucking niece? Y'all go and question those people. Don't come over here questioning me no more. Don't come over here questioning me no more. Tina's a sociopath and a psychopath. Yep. Yep. And she is very, very jealous of that's why I said I've seen her be cool with black people. And I'm sitting up here thinking, this is why would a black person be cool with a fucking racist? Stupid as hell. Stupid as hell. I can't. I can't. That's ridiculous. We all have our stereotypes. That's just like there's not a black person that's gonna ride through a sundown town, one of them sundown towns, and be just kicking it with people that are in that area. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that prejudices and being cautious is very important. But just a raging racist and narcissist, you gonna take your black ass over there and be cool? Girl, bye. That's stupid as hell. I don't even want to hear it. And a lot of them black people that have trusted in those people, ask yourself, why is Spirit Tree cool with a racist? Let me jump my ass in this shower. Anyway, at the end of the day, I got shit to do. I stay booked, but I am accepting new clients. You are welcome. Hey, don't come to me with no money. I can't help you without no money. I can't. I can't. No, no. And you can't read Leviticus. What's that verse in the Bible, Leviticus, where you can just put your energy off on me and your bad shit off on me? It's not gonna work. We obviously have protection against that. So you can't just dump your shit off on me. I'm not a fucking dumping ground. You're not going to dump your bullshit off on me. If you want spiritual fucking work, then you can fucking get it. Otherwise, what you're going to find out is that the shit that they're doing, which is why I had fucking problems. That, dealing with somebody that was like that, Mike. Mike brought nothing but fucking problems in my life when I was dealing with him. I don't fucking deal with Mike. I don't deal with him. Never in my life had I had problems with instability until Mike came in. You know why? It's because Mike likes to try to dump his shit off on other fucking people. This is a fact. And he tries to read, I think it is Leviticus. It's a verse in the Bible where there and those verses in the Bible, they have limited power, but it's like I said, there no, you're not going to be able to scapegoat onto other people. You're not. And that's exactly what they want to do. And you're not going to be able to do that. Not over here. Not over here. You can't. And I think that shit always catches up with people. Okay. At some point, somebody's ancestor is going to stand up. At some point, you're going to end up getting what you get. So, you might as well just go ahead and stop trying to play games with people. So I am accepting new clients, always, you know what I'm saying? And stop letting these perverted, weird people distract you. Yeah, I'm going to come on here and talk about it. You should be scheduling your appointments while I'm talking about it. Are you serious? You need protection from that because that shit's gonna grow. There are groups, it's us against them. They are creating groups, recruiting people to do to a lot of people, and they are taking information so that they can know. They're looking at certain bloodlines, but they are also looking at certain people. And this is more, there's thousands. There's tens of thousands of groups just like the black sector. So when I come on here and I acknowledge this shit, y'all should be scheduling your appointments while I'm talking about it. Or you're not paying attention to what the hell is going on. And they're mad at me because I'm strong enough to not have to join that shit. In fact, I'm not even a part of their fucking reality. But I do know one thing, that all of them that played the game and gaslighted people like myself, yeah, I'm going to come on here and talk about you while I destroy you. You are never going to get away with it. Doesn't matter how many of you it is. All of the doorways to the quantum frequencies are open. Stop lying to people. Doesn't matter about your groups. Doesn't matter. So y'all need to understand that my story is a story of victory and triumph whenever you get through. And at this point, what we need to do is knock they asses down. You do not ever join them. They will fuck up your life, and there will be one person like Jim Jones benefiting from all these stupid ass people. Okay? All right, y'all. Visit divineservicesapothecary.com, especially if you're being gang stalked. Oh, I love gang stalking cases. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay? It ain't cheap, but I'm ready. Okay? It's not, because there's certain materials that you need for that. Okay? Because it's big and it's fucked up. And you know what I'm saying? Until they. I'm not going to talk too much on here. All I know is that I don't have any fear for my life. They fear me. That's a fact. But it's only because of certain things that I've done. They've killed people before. They have. They've gotten people killed. They've made people sick. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. Normally, it's not done out in the open the way they're doing it. Normally, it's being done silently. Okay. All right, guys, I got to go. I'm about to hop in the shower. Okay. Hey, Lenny Pretty. Hello. They're gang stalkers, but it's more of like it's a cult. It's like a cult or something. Oh goodness, disgusting. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.